Hi friends, welcome. In this video, we will see an example using HashMap in which we store the object of the customer class as the key inside the HashMap and object of the bank account class as value inside the HashMap. If you look at the sample image of this example, if you consider this entire box as the HashMap, we have key and value. Usually in a map, we store a key and value, isn't it? But normally when we learn map, we generally see the examples that show string class as key here and string class as value here. But in this example, I'm going to demonstrate an object of the customer class as a key and an object of the bank account class as value inside this hash map. On top of that, we provide a customer class object as a key, as a search key, then we find the associating bank account class object to find the account details of that particular customer. So let's go ahead and start the programming. So first of all, let me create a new project. Now inside the project, let me say the project name as HashMap example 1. Now inside this package project, I'm creating a package. The package name com.learn clearly dot examples dot hashmap dot DTO. DTO is one of the design patterns and the full form is data transfer object. Now inside the DTO package, I'm creating a new class, that is the customer class. Now inside the customer class, let me create a couple of attributes: private int customer ID and then private string customer name. To these attributes, let me generate the constructors, getters, setters, equals and hash code. So first of all, I'm generating the constructors using superclass and then generating the constructors using fields and then generating the equals and hash code method. When I'm selecting equals and hash code method, please watch, I'm making use of only the customer ID for the sake of simplicity. Okay, if you don't know about the importance of the equals method and hash code method, you can please watch my videos regarding the same. I have a 20-part video on complete core Java from basics of Java to the collections with an in-depth explanation, for which the links are mentioned in the comments in the description. Now in this case, using the hash code based on the customer ID, and I'm checking the customer objects based on the customer ID. Now this is completed, customer.java is completed. We next need the bank account class, new class. Here I'm creating the bank account class. Now the bank account class has 3 attributes. First one is the account number, private integer account number. And the second one is the account balance. Once again, for the sake of simplicity, I'm taking account balance as an integer. Usually it is double. Okay, so account balance. And one more attribute we need in this bank account.java file is the object of the customer class, okay, which represents the account to which customer this account belongs. So customer, account, customer, something like this. Now after that, I want to generate the constructors, getters, setters and all that stuff. So constructors from superclass and then constructors using fields and then source and then equals and hash code method. I'm sorry, first of all, let me generate the getters and setters. So I'm generating getters and setters to all 3 attributes and then equals and hash code method. For equals and hash code method, I'm just considering account balance. Okay, this is completed. Now we have these 2 classes. The idea is inside the bank account class object, we have one customer class object. So inside this one, we are storing one customer class object, something like this one. Apart from the account number and account number and account balance, we also have the customer, this one. So first of all, we create an object of the customer class and then create an object of the bank account class and so on. Now let's move on to the next step, to the main program. So I'm creating one more package in this new package. So com.learn.clearly.examples.hashmap.client. Okay, this is the client example, client program, and that's the reason we have taken it as client. Now new class, let's say HashMap customer bank account example. HashMap customer bank account example. So don't get confused with the two lengthy names of the classes and methods. Usually we give reasonable and meaningful names. Don't give the names such as test1, test2, unless they are simple programs. If they are really good programs, we should use the meaningful names. Okay, now let me generate the main method here. Now inside the main method, first of all, we have to declare the map object. To this map object, first of all, let me import this map, Control Shift O. I want to import this one. Okay, first of all, let me declare it. The key is customer and the value is bank account. I repeat once again, if you're not familiar with maps, you please watch my videos of Core Java, which contains all basics to advanced topics in Core Java, from first program installation part up to collections. Okay, let me say map equal to new hash map, and that's it. I have declared that. Now let me import the hash map first. So I'm importing the hash map. Now I'm importing the map, and I need to import the customer and bank account from the DTO package. And that's all. We have imported map and hash map here, and from the DTO package, I have imported customer and bank account. Now the next step is we need to store the objects of customer class as key and objects of the bank account class as value into this map. So first of all, I want to create use the put method. Let's say customer C1 equal to new customer. To this customer, I'm giving the customer ID as 1 and customer name as A. And I create some 3 customer objects, 1, 2, 3. Now here C1, C2 and C3. Okay, and then this one I give it as 2, I give it as 3, and these are A, B, C. Right, now we have 3 customer class objects we need to place into this hash map. So for the sake of understanding, let's say first of all, our hash map is currently empty. Okay, so we consider the hash map as an empty hash map, or something like this one. We have something like this one. So we have to, key and values, place key and values inside this one. Okay, something like this one. Now let me create bank account class objects. Bank account B1 equals to new bank account. To this bank account, I have 3 parameters. Okay, account number is 4 nines, for example, and account balance, let's say some 10,000, and customer to which this account belongs is C1, something like this one. And similarly, bank account B3 and B2 and 3, this one, this one. Now I have bank account B2, bank account B3, and let me give the account a number as 4 8s, and here I give it as 4 7s, and this one some 12,000, and this one some 15,000. And this account belongs to the customer C2. This account belongs to the customer C3. Now that we have the data ready, 3 customer objects and 3 bank account objects, we have to put this one as key into the map, and this one as value into the map. So now let's do that. Okay, so map dot put, inside this one, the customer object is C1 and the bank account object is B1. Now this way I do this for the remaining 2 objects. Okay, so this is customer object as key, and then customer object as, okay, this is B2 and this is B3 bank account object. Now, after this three statements are executed, we can imagine something like this one. We have the customer object C1, C2, and C3, B1, B2, and B3. We don't need this diagram at all, actually. So let me erase that. So that is done. Now, let me first of all print all these items. So rather what we do is find a bank account provided a customer object C1 is given. So for example, I'm taking one customer object, temporary customer object, customer C1, customer temp equals to new customer, and this is 1 comma, let's say A. Now this is the customer object. Okay, this is the customer object. I have this this one there. Now this temp customer object I supply to this map, and when I compare, when I supply to this map, we get the associating bank account object. Now let's see how it works. Okay, so here map dot get of temp, and if you notice here, temp is the object of the customer class, okay, which has the customer number as a customer number as 1 and customer name as A. When we give this temp to the map, we get the associating bank account object, that is B1. So now what we need to do is we need to get it in bank account, okay, let's say temp account equals to something like this. Now after that, we need to print the details of this one. What are they? System.out.println customer account details, customer account details. Now inside this temp account, we have different details. So let me print that. So first one we need to print is temp account dot, inside the temp account, we have a customer object. If you notice, inside every bank account object, there is a customer object. So from the bank account object, first of all, we have to get a pointer to the customer. For that one, we have a getter. So here temp account dot get customer, get account customer dot get customer. Did I not generate get account customer dot did I not generate getters and setters? I forgot that. So I need to generate the getters and setters to customer class object. So source generate getters and setters. Right. So I save it, and then after getting get customer, I'll get dot get customer ID. Okay. For the sake of visibility, I'm using all the print commands in the next line. So first of all, please watch here, I'm using print command, not a println there. Then what I'm doing is I'm printing one space there, and then I copy and paste this one. Okay, so customer, and then this is customer name. Okay, and then I want to go with the account ID and account number and balance. Now temp account dot get account number. Okay, and then again space, once again temp account dot get account balance. Okay, now here I want to print I might to make use of print command instead of println command, but for the last one I want to make use of the println command. I hope that is clear to all of you. I repeat the steps quickly. First of all, I've created a package inside which I've created two classes, customer and bank account. It has all these attributes here, and it has two attributes of account number and account name. It also has the account customer, which is an object of the customer class. Now in the final class, what we have done is we have first of all imported the respective stuff, that is HashMap and map, and then we have created a map object indicating customer as key and bank account as value, and then we have added the data, and then we are trying to fetch an account object based on the customer object, something like this one. Now let me run this program and see the output. If there are any errors, we can solve them, right? So now we got the output. You see here, customer account details 1, A, and 4 nines and 10,000. For example, if we change the customer to account number to 2 and this one to B, okay, this doesn't matter because we have not used the customer name in the equals method. This is not really considered. Okay, but anyway, for the sake of meaningful code. So this is 2, and if I run this code, now we get the account details of the customer. You see 2B 48 and 12,000. Similarly, if you go for customer object 3, and if I give it as C, and then now save this one and then execute this one, right? So that's how it works. Okay, so that's about an example of HashMap using the customer class object as key and bank account class as an object, and we provide the customer object as a search key, and then we get its associated bank account object. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you like it, please leave a like. If you don't like it, please leave a dislike. Okay, thanks everyone.